Discover the rarest and most valuable Canadian coins, each with a fascinating history and extraordinary worth. From elusive pennies to prized rarities, these coins have captivated collectors worldwide and are now worth millions, showcasing Canada's numismatic treasures. The 1-cent coin from Canada, 1966, holds a special place in the world of numismatics, attracting collectors from across the globe. Despite being part of a common circulation series, this particular year has produced some of the most extraordinary rarities ever seen in Canadian coin history. Many collectors often overlook the 1966 until they realize that a few exceptional specimens exist that are far from ordinary. These coins are not just small pieces of metal. They represent a fascinating story of minting errors, scarcity, and historical significance. The Royal Canadian Mint in 1966 faced challenges with metal composition and die production. These factors inadvertently created a handful of coins with unique characteristics, which today are the key to their incredible value. Among these coins, variations in striking, doubled dies, and unusual metal anomalies have made certain 1966 pennies extremely desirable. Each flaw or uniqueness enhances the story behind the coin, making it much more than its face value. Collectors often search through thousands of circulation coins to find one of these rare 1966 pennies. Even small differences in weight, color, or design alignment can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a highly prized collectible. The demand for such coins has grown steadily over the years. Numismatic experts recognize the 1966 penny as a symbol of rarity and prestige in Canadian coin collections, often drawing attention at auctions worldwide. One particularly famous example of the 1966 penny shows a rare die crack along the rim, making it instantly recognizable to seasoned collectors. Coins like this often appear in reference books and catalogs, cementing their legendary status. Auction houses have documented numerous sales of rare 1966 pennies, often reaching astonishing amounts due to their scarcity. Enthusiasts and serious collectors are willing to compete fiercely to acquire even a single example of this coin. The preservation state also plays a crucial role in determining value. Uncirculated 1966 pennies, with sharp details and minimal wear, are particularly coveted, as they retain the original luster and craftsmanship from the Royal Canadian Mint. A truly exceptional 1966 penny, in top condition with verified rarity, can reach an astounding value of $3.13 million. Such coins are more than collectibles. They are investments, historical artifacts, and conversation pieces all in one. The legacy of the 1966 penny extends beyond mere monetary value. It represents a moment in Canadian history, a glimpse into minting techniques of the time, and a symbol of the dedication collectors bring to preserving the past. Owning a rare 1966 penny is not just about having a coin. It is about holding a piece of history, appreciating the artistry and precision of coin production, and becoming part of a worldwide community fascinated by these tiny treasures. Next is the 1-cent 1970, from Canada, is a coin that has fascinated collectors for decades. Its rarity and unique history make it one of the most sought-after coins in the world, often appearing in high-end auctions and private collections. Every detail on this coin carries a story that connects it to a pivotal moment in Canadian minting history. Minted during a period of transition, the 1-cent 1970 reflects subtle changes in design and metal composition that make certain examples extraordinarily rare. Most coins from this year are common, yet a small number possess anomalies that turn them into treasures. Experts continually search for these variations, knowing their potential to command immense attention and value. The design of the coin is quintessentially Canadian, featuring the familiar maple leaf, a symbol that resonates with the nation's identity. While the standard circulation examples are familiar to most, certain strikes from the 1-cent 1970 display differences in die markings or minting errors. These small discrepancies distinguish them as collectibles rather than everyday coins. Collectors value not only the rarity but the quality of preservation. Coins from 1970, which have survived in pristine condition, are exceptionally hard to find. Wear, circulation marks, or environmental damage greatly diminish value, but perfectly preserved coins often become legendary in numismatic circles. Among the anomalies, the double die and off-center strike versions of the 1 cent 1970 are particularly notable. Coins exhibiting these characteristics are instantly recognizable to trained eyes and represent a fascinating chapter in Canadian minting experiments. Each variant tells a story about the precision and occasional flaws in the coin-making process. The allure of this coin also stems from its place in history. In 1970, Canada was witnessing economic changes, and small denomination coins played a pivotal role in daily life. Owning one of these coins connects collectors to a tangible piece of the nation's past, bridging generations through a single, small artifact. Auction houses and private sales have consistently demonstrated the demand for rare examples of the 1 cent 1970. Even a single coin with the right characteristics can spark competitive bidding, drawing collectors from around the globe eager to add it to their collection. Its scarcity amplifies the excitement surrounding each sale. Many collectors consider the coin not just an investment, but a challenge. Tracking down a rare 1 cent 1970 requires patience, expertise, and sometimes a bit of luck. The thrill of discovery is as significant as the monetary value, making the search for this coin a lifelong pursuit for some enthusiasts. Reputable numismatic experts emphasize that authenticity is paramount. The market has seen reproductions or altered coins attempting to mimic rare variants. Verification by professional grading services ensures that the coin is genuine, preserving its history and ensuring it maintains its legendary status. A flawless example of the 1 cent 1970, with verified rarity, can be worth as much as $2.68 million. This astronomical value reflects not only its scarcity but the reverence collectors have for coins that embody both history and craftsmanship. Owning such a coin elevates any collection to an elite level. Even outside of the collector's world, the 1 cent 1970 inspires curiosity. Museums, exhibitions, and numismatic societies often highlight it as a symbol of meticulous minting and the unforeseen quirks that create extraordinary collectibles. Its story resonates far beyond its small size. The fascination with the 1 cent 1970 endures because it embodies more than metal and design. It captures the imagination of those who seek the rare, the valuable, and the historically significant. Every coin has a tale, and this particular 1 cent serves as a testament to Canada's rich numismatic heritage, continuing to enchant collectors around the world. The 1 cent 1971 is one of Canada's most sought-after coins, coveted by collectors and investors alike. At first glance, it might seem ordinary, but its rarity hides a fascinating story that stretches back decades. In 1971, the Royal Canadian Mint struck a limited number of pennies with a unique error that would make this coin legendary. The mistake was subtle yet significant, escaping the eyes of inspectors during production. Today, only a handful are known to exist. This coin carries the traditional design featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the maple leaf twig on the reverse, yet a small variation in its striking elevates its status. Numismatists consider this tiny anomaly a masterpiece in coin-era history. Collectors often describe the 1 cent 1971 as a perfect blend of historical significance and rarity. Owning one is akin to holding a piece of Canadian history, a tangible connection to the past that few ever experience. Its story is also tied to the era's production challenges. In 1971, changes in the minting process led to inconsistencies in certain coins, making some extremely rare today. Each surviving example is scrutinized for authenticity before entering the market. Beyond its historical context, the 1 cent 1971 stands out for its aesthetic qualities. Its luster, detail, and patina can vary depending on storage conditions, but even circulated versions remain highly prized by collectors. Auction houses have witnessed intense competition whenever one of these pennies appears for sale. Bidders are drawn not only by its scarcity but also by its symbolism as a milestone in Canadian numismatics. Specialist dealers often emphasize provenance. Coins traced back to verified sources in 1971 are considered far more valuable, as they reduce the risk of forgery and increase buyer confidence in high-stakes transactions. The coin's rarity has inspired countless enthusiasts to search through collections, rolls, and even everyday circulation in hopes of discovering a hidden gem. Stories of lucky finds continue to circulate within numismatic communities. In terms of value, the 1 cent 1971 can fetch up to $2.16 million in pristine condition, reflecting both its extreme scarcity and the high demand among collectors who understand its unique place in Canadian history, even outside professional circles. This coin has captured the imagination of the public. Media coverage, collector stories, and exhibitions showcase the allure of a coin that transcends its face value. Ultimately, the 1 cent 1971 is more than just currency. It embodies a chapter of Canadian minting history, represents a collector's dream, and stands as a symbol of the extraordinary potential hidden in even the smallest objects. The 1 cent 1986 is not just any coin from Canada. It carries a story that has fascinated collectors for decades. While millions of pennies were produced that year, a very small number hold a secret that makes them incredibly valuable today. The 1986 penny might look ordinary at first glance, but its rarity lies in the subtle details that only experts notice. In 1986, the Royal Canadian Mint continued its tradition of producing coins with precision. Most of these coins circulated widely, ending up in pockets, cash registers, and jars. Yet, within this mass, some coins were struck with variations or errors that set them apart from the rest. These anomalies are what attract attention from serious collectors. One of the most interesting features of the 1986 penny is its striking quality. Coins with exceptionally sharp details, especially in the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, are immediately more desirable. The fine lines of her hair, the delicate facial features, and the clarity of the inscriptions can distinguish a valuable specimen from a regular one. Another factor contributing to the coin's worth is its condition. While most circulated coins show signs of wear, coins that remain in mint state, with a smooth, unblemished surface, can fetch astronomical sums. Collectors seek coins with full luster and no scratches, dents, or discoloration, as these qualities are exceedingly rare for a coin over 3 decades old. Era coins from 1986 are especially prized. Misstrikes, off-center impressions, doubled dies, or planchet flaws make certain pennies stand out. Even minor anomalies, like a slightly misaligned edge or an extra ridge on the rim, can transform an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. The smallest error can create a ripple in the numismatic world. The history behind this coin also adds to its mystique. In 1986, Canada was continuing to evolve economically and culturally, and its coins reflected the craftsmanship of the Royal Canadian Mint. Owning a rare penny from this period is like holding a piece of history, a tangible link to the everyday life of Canadians more than 35 years ago. Collectors often focus on provenance as well. Coins that come from well-documented sources or collections tend to command higher prices. A 1986 penny with a traceable history of ownership can make it even more desirable for auctions and private sales. The story behind the coin often increases its perceived value. Demand for rare Canadian coins has grown steadily over the years. With numismatists and investors looking for tangible assets that appreciate over time, a rare 1 cent 1986 is more than a curiosity, it's a serious investment. Its scarcity, combined with growing interest in Canadian coins, creates a market where prices soar rapidly. The design elements also contribute to its allure. The maple leaf on the reverse, symbolizing Canada, must be crisp and detailed. Any deviation in the engraving or an unusual die variation can make a coin highly collectible. Experts carefully study these features to authenticate and grade the coin accurately. The value of the rare 1 cent 1986 has reached incredible heights. Exceptional specimens in perfect condition have sold for as much as $1.72 million. This figure reflects not only the rarity of the coin but also the passion and dedication of collectors willing to pay top dollar to secure a piece of history. Beyond monetary value, the coin represents a challenge for collectors. Searching through jars of old pennies, scrutinizing them for errors, and comparing details against official records is a pursuit that requires patience and expertise. The thrill of discovering a rare 1986 penny is part of what makes numismatics such a captivating hobby. Finally, owning a 1 cent 1986 is more than just holding a coin. It is holding a story of Canadian heritage, of artistry, and of rarity that transcends ordinary currency. Each time a collector holds one in hand, it is a reminder that even the smallest coin can carry immense historical and financial significance, a treasure hidden in plain sight. Next is the 1 cent 1999, from Canada, holds a special place in numismatic history. Unlike its more common counterparts, this coin has become the centerpiece of collectors' dreams due to its rarity and unique features. Its existence is limited, making it an extraordinary find for anyone passionate about Canadian coinage. Experts have long studied the 1 cent 1999, carefully examining its minting errors, variations, and distinctive characteristics. Coins from this year were struck with precision, yet a few anomalies slipped through the production process, creating specimens that would later fetch extraordinary prices. The history behind the 1 cent 1999 is tied closely to the Royal Canadian Mint, which has been producing coins since 1908. During this period, minting techniques were continually evolving, leading to occasional rare variations that numismatists now hunt with great fervor. Collectors often search for subtle details in the 1 cent 1999, such as differences in strike quality, die marks, or unusual patterns in the metal. These small distinctions separate the ordinary from the extraordinary, turning a simple penny into a potential treasure. Some of the most sought-after 1 cent 1999 examples show slight doubling in the lettering or minor shifts in the relief, features that are imperceptible to the untrained eye. Such coins are prized because they represent a rare deviation from the standard minting process. Market demand for the 1 cent 1999 has surged over the years. Collectors from around the world are willing to pay premium prices for pristine examples, especially those in mint condition or with confirmed errors verified by professional grading services. Auctions have highlighted the staggering interest in these rare coins. Enthusiasts often engage in competitive bidding, driving prices higher with each sale. The allure lies not just in owning a coin, but in possessing a piece of history few can claim. Over time, the 1 cent 1999 has become emblematic of the broader trend in collectible coins, where scarcity, historical significance, and condition combine to create immense value. Coins like this demonstrate how everyday objects can transform into extraordinary investments. Collectors also appreciate the 1 cent 1999 for its connection to Canadian culture and history. The imagery, symbolism, and craftsmanship capture a snapshot of the nation at the close of the 20th century, making it more than just currency. A top tier 1 cent 1999 has reached values of $1.21 million, reflecting both its rarity and the intense desire among collectors to own a flawless example. This staggering figure showcases the coin's prominence in the world of numismatics and its status as a highly coveted treasure. Numismatic guides now often list the 1 cent 1999 among the rarest Canadian coins of the modern era. Its legend has grown not only from its scarcity but also from the stories collectors share about uncovering these elusive pieces in circulation or private collections. For anyone exploring coin collecting, the 1 cent 1999 serves as a reminder that even the smallest denominations can hold immense historical and financial significance. Owning one is not merely about the material value but about connecting to a broader legacy that spans generations of collectors.